Hey everybody, if you are new to my channel, welcome. If you've watched my other videos, welcome back. Today I'm talking about a topic that is just like a universal truth in the world of narcissists. So if you have a narcissistic parent or a narcissistic partner, you have undoubtedly been exposed to this absurd behavior that they exude. So, narcissists will always conduct themselves and behave like they are in some way superior to other people or they are entitled. Um, Superior, entitled, condescending, all that stuff. And you know what? It blows my mind that no matter who I've spoken to, this is like a universal narcissistic trait. It's crazy. It's like different people, different parts of the world, but they're the same because they're narcissists. So, here's where this comes from. So, I've learned that the narcissist is ultimately they have these terrible feelings of inferiority and they have no self-esteem. So essentially what they're doing is overcompensating for this lack. Like, yes, they've had traumatic childhoods or they weren't, nurtured or loved or whatever. Like, no excuse because exhibit A, I was raised in that environment as well. So were you probably. It's ridiculous and it's like incomprehensible, especially if you have your own children. You just look at them like, how could someone be so toxic, unsupportive, and unloving to a beautiful, perfect child that comes into this world needing bare essentials like love and support, but the narcissist doesn't see it that way. The narcissist is so damaged that they view everything as serving them. I remember when I was little, like, this is the other thing. Narcissistic parents often parentify their own children, which is a role reversal. So the child is made to be the parent, and the parent becomes the child. It is bananas. I've witnessed this numerous times with my own narcissistic mother. And the weird thing is, it's like she fits into this role and expects me to just, assume the role of the authority figure as well. It's so twisted because at the same time, my narcissistic parent, my narcissistic mother, assumes that I should just ultimately bow down to her, that she is my superior, and whatever she says and does, is unquestionable because I'm the subordinate, I'm the child. It's so backwards, you guys, but it's what they do. So the narcissist will always act superior and entitled. And they're very condescending to people around them. They always act like they're better than other people. And I remember, countless times my narcissistic mother would always just be like, oh, she's jealous or this, that, the other thing. To this day, I am very uncomfortable and reticent to use that term, jealousy. Like, yes, there's plenty of people out there that are jealous, whatever. But it's like a trigger for me or something. Like, I can't use that word because, that's my narcissistic mother's MO. She believes that everyone is jealous of her because she's so fabulous. All right, getting back to the role reversal on parentification. So I remember this example is absurd. When I was a child, of course, we had to go to church every Sunday because that is, maintaining that false facade that we have the perfect family, right? Like that everything's great on the outside. Meanwhile, back at the ranch behind closed doors, everyone was miserable. But anyway, so we went to church every Sunday. One Sunday, I had to be less than 10 years old, but I remember this because it was so significant to me, I guess, in my, House of Horrors, like stored traumatic memories. Okay, so we went to church, and there was a person there with a very sophisticated, elaborate wheelchair. It looked so intricate. There was so many buttons and lights, and just there was a lot going on this person's wheelchair. God bless them, it was obviously a necessity for them. So anyway, my narcissistic mother was acting like a child, like legitimately like gawking at this person. And it was to the point where I said something to her, like, stop it. And mind you, I'm a child. I'm like less than 10 years old at the time. But that's an example of a role reversal where I was parentified because my narcissistic mother was acting like a juvenile, like just needing guidance and direction, which is ironic because those are the exact things that we weren't given from our narcissistic parents, right? Like, they did not provide guidance and nurturing and healthy, a healthy relationship to help us along the way. They never did that for us, but they expect us to do that for them, right? Like, and other times, like my narcissistic mother again, like, she'll just do like stupid things, like with our children. Like, for example, they'll feed them something that they shouldn't eat or whatever. Like when, they had my kids by them at their house or they took them out or something. And I would be like, oh, that's, they shouldn't have had that or whatever. And she'll just put this pathetic look on her face like, ooh, sorry. Like she doesn't know any better. Meanwhile, she's like twice my age, but almost twice. Actually, no. I'm almost 40 now. They're like 67. Whatever. So they act like little kids, ultimately. It's like the narcissist is just trying to suck you dry of everything that you have to offer. And you know what, you guys, ultimately, we win because I know myself personally, I strive to be everything my narcissistic mother is not. She has been the perfect example to me of what I do not want to be. So I'm in result, I'm extremely selfless, like to a fault. Most of us do that. We become people pleasers, unfortunately, like to a bad extreme. But most victims of narcissistic abuse are amazing and incredible and loving and compassionate people. So I have my narcissistic mother to thank, I guess, for, the pinnacle of like what I stand for. I just want to be a good person and to treat others with respect and kindness. And narcissists don't do that. They don't know how to do that because at the root of everything, they have this ridiculous inferiority complex, and their entire world is built around maintaining a facade to protect themselves. I'm sure you've heard sadness is anger's bodyguard. So ultimately, that's what's going on here with the narcissist. So their inflated egos are protecting their weak and, their lack of self-esteem, their lack of self-confidence. Ultimately, like narcissists are like the most obnoxious, self-centered, egotistical people out there, but that's because they're protecting their fragile lack of self-worth, their lack of self-esteem. So rest assured that behind the big elaborate facade that they're putting out, the reputation that they're trying to maintain, they feel so worthless inside. And, instead of self-reflecting and doing something about that, like trying to better themselves, they just lash out at everyone around them. I say this over and over because I just feel that it's super applicable when it comes to the narcissist, that misery loves company, and that's ultimately what they're doing. So if you have a narcissistic parent, I'm so sorry. It is a horrible way to grow up. You, like myself, I don't have a mother, or because my father is enabling. So neither one of my parents can I turn to. My sibling, my older brother, has turned into a narcissist and was, groomed to perfection by my narcissistic mother. I have no relationship with him. The rest of my family is, super dysfunctional, like generation to generation. So I have nobody to rely on, except I do have my husband and our beautiful children now. So at the end of the day, life happens for us, not to us. I believe that with my heart. I feel that I'm a great example of that. That's why I try to put these videos out, because there's hope for us, everybody. Don't lose sight of that. It super sucks trying to overcome all of this, but at least we have each other, and, knowledge is power, and learning as much as we can about this disorder and about the abuse that we've endured is so validating. It puts a name to everything and puts these toxic people in a category, and we're able to overcome it this way. It's not easy. It's not going to happen overnight, but we'll get there. So God bless you guys. We're down, but we're not out. We're overcoming this. Give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. That would be awesome. I will link my Instagram below as well. So check that out if you haven't done that already. See you guys next time.